A revealing new book about Meghan, Harry, and the royal family that's out today and claims to have a never-before-heard perspective on the life of the Duke and Duchess from their side of the story. Finding Freedom has insights from palace insiders and friends of the couple on some of the most explosive headlines surrounding the couple, including their departure from royal life and the rift between Harry, William, and their wives, which were formerly dubbed the Fab Four. The book's co-author and ABC News royal contributor Omid Scobie joins us now from London with more. So, Omid, Harry and Meghan's final event as working royals, that was March 31st, less than 2 years after their fairy tale wedding. For many, their departure seemed rather sudden, but your book lays out that this was brewing for quite some time. When is it your understanding that things started to go south?
Well, it's interesting because, of course, a lot of the narrative that's out there that Harry and Meghan blindsided the royal family, that perhaps it took everyone by surprise, but the signs were really there from very early on. It was sort of around the summer of last year that the couple really started to talk about what a different working model might look like for them. Of course, for months prior to that, they had made it very known within the households that they had grievances, that they had issues with the British press, that they felt sort of underprotected for, and wanted to be able to have the power to sort of have a louder voice to take on some of these difficulties and challenges themselves. But of course, often these fell on deaf ears, and so the situation we saw arise out of that was a very frustrated couple at the start of this year, where they put forward that very public manifesto to really detail how they wanted to work moving forward. Of course, that was a 50-50 working model, one that we called half in, half out, and it was rejected by the institution. And here we now have the couple living in California doing things exactly the way they want to do it.
And last year in the ITV documentary Harry and Meghan, An African Journey, that aired on ABC, Harry seemed to acknowledge a bit of a rift between him and his brother William. Is there a rift, would you say? And if so, what caused it? And did Kate and Meghan really have this tension between them as well?
Well, I would say rift is a very strong word, but there certainly is a distance between William and Harry that wasn't there before. Of course, in the book, we detail some of that. There were words when early on in Harry's relationship with Meghan, William almost sort of issued a caution to sort of perhaps slow down or think about the speed at which the relationship was progressing, which on its own sounds like sort of wholehearted brotherly advice. But you have to look at the background to that. Harry was aware of a lot of chatter within the institution, unkind comments being made about Meghan behind her back, and even amongst his own friendship circle, disparaging comments being made about Meghan. So I think that moment when William sat down with him, he needed to hear some voice of support rather than anyone casting any doubts. In terms of the relationship with the women, it's a shame that they often get blamed for being at the heart of these problems, because I think that actually they've sort of suffered because of the fractures between William and Harry. They've never really been able to create that close bond that I think that we all expected them to do. But there has also been a disappointment on Meghan's side from the conversations we've had with sources. She really wanted someone like Kate, a former newcomer, to be there for her during some of the more difficult times that she faced with the press, particularly during her pregnancy. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. And it's why we see very little relationship between the two women today.
And Omid, you've repeatedly stated that Harry and Meghan did not cooperate or interview for the book in any way. So what then makes this different from any other tell-all book about the royals? And why should anyone believe the claims in this biography?
I think what makes this book different is that the sourcing really was born out of a very unique situation. The people around Harry and Meghan in their lives that were so used to seeing them attacked regularly by sections of the media felt that those caricatures that were being portrayed in the media were so far from the friends or the colleagues or the people that they worked for were actually like. And I think that we were able to really create a relationship with many of these people to set the record straight on many stories that haven't really been dissected before. There have been all sorts of ridiculous tabloid tales about tears over a bridesmaid's fitting and drama over a tiara. And these are things that we've really not heard anything more from via the tabloids other than second, third or fourth hand information. So for Carolyn and I, we really wanted to speak to the people who had been in the room during these moments to really get to the bottom of them.
And you, of course, have been following Meghan and Harry for quite some time and have seen them evolve through their time in the palace. Would you say that they've actually found freedom? And also, what's next for them?
Yeah, well, when we think about what freedom is, it's that freedom to express yourself and to use your voice in any way that you want. And it's very interesting to see the couple now talking very loudly about issues surrounding racial justice. And of course, Harry, even very recently, talking about systemic racism, something we've never heard him speak publicly about before. It's interesting that the royal family themselves have been very quiet on the matter of the Black Lives Movement. And I think that often is because within the institution, issues like this are sometimes considered too political, which doesn't really make sense to me, but there we are. And I think that Harry and Meghan now have the freedom to really pursue the interests that drive them. And I think we'll see their philanthropic portfolio really benefit from that. They certainly seem in a very happy place right now.
Omid Scobie reporting in from London for us. Thanks so much for joining us, and good luck with the book.
Thank you.
That book out today.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.